what's happening, everybody? It's Ike from Flipside Music, and I am here with
Dylan.
And it is, the F.A.Q. number 8.
Yeah, 2 months.
2 months.
Made it through 2 months.
That's pretty good for us to stay that consistent. Nobody's watching it anyway, so it's all good. But we did have a few questions this week. And
Yeah, the short and sweet edition this week.
Yes, this is going to be short and sweet. That's why we're screwing off doing stupid things to start the
And
video.
leaning, yeah.
Whoa. I really feel like we're farther away, though. I don't know what's going on here. This whole setup is screwing
Well,
me
yeah,
up.
like I said, my equilibrium with this is just...
Well, I don't know what...
Now the whole world is leaning slightly to the left.
Now everybody's already tuned out at this point because nobody cares. Yeah. It's okay.
It's like 6:40 or something, and everybody's like, why is everything leaning?
Hey, Ma, sorry about the video. Okay, so we'll just jump right into it. That way we'll make this one really short, really sweet, and it's over. So let's start with TAC 32. Tank 32 says, favorite pedals, amps for getting those early Iommi tones. So, amp-wise, Laney, you know.
Yeah,
if you're
especially, the Laney AOR will do it, but the Laney Supergroup is, if you can even find one, is the real deal. But honestly, any British, like, even the early Marshalls, early high watts.
It'll get you in the neighborhood?
Yeah. The real, like, secret sauce is the treble booster. That's, everybody goes fuzz, and I feel like that's a notion I have to thwart in here often.
You are like the treble booster
peddler.
Ambassador.
Yeah, ambassador.
Yes, you're the peddler. You're an ambassador for treble boosting.
Yeah.
And I was apprehensive at first myself, to be honest, but then...
Well, so like, yeah, dark British amp, that thing, it's like rockstar mode. Engage.
So what about pedals? What would you suggest for pedals?
So if you're, if you don't have the amp, you're running clean platform, then like the Abracadabra is probably the best bet, because that one is an actual Laney Supergroup
from
preamp. Oh yeah, sorry, I should have said that.
Yep.
So that one's an actual Laney Supergroup preamp with the treble booster built right into it. So that one gets you like 95% of the way there.
Most of the way there.
Yeah,
that's
it's short of cutting your fingers off. I mean, that's as close as you get, or the tips anyway. And like I said, if you already have like a cool British amp, like a Marshall high watt, Laney, something like that, just a treble booster like the Naga Viper, or even the Sky Boost from Black Arts. That one's a pretty sweet one. Not too many companies do the treble boosters. I think they're kind of a weird misnomer. Everybody thinks they're just trebly because of the name, but they're really not.
Yeah, because I think what's happening is that people are going to think that it's like, oh, it's going to be too spiky, it's going to be too brittle.
Well, I think treble's like looked at as like the enemy of the guitar player, but like for those darker amps, it's like you're getting the mid range, you're getting some of that upper stuff. With the Naga, you still get like a full range boost out of it. So,
well, the Naga, I was like, I don't know, until you kind of plugged it into. You plugged it in, and then we're pushing one of the other drives, and that was like, okay.
Yeah, it's also one of my favorite for doing that.
I see what you're doing,
especially like into a fuzz. Yeah, like the Naga into a fuzz. It
really clears
is awesome.
it up.
Yeah,
clears up the top end of that, so you actually get some top end, and it's not all just dirty, muddy stuff on the bottom.
Yeah, it kind of fills in like the gap, like on Big Musk, since the mids and like the upper mids, and some of the treble are scooped, so it fills all that back in. Shit, what did
I say? We'll go back in and you can watch the video and you'll see.
I'll see what I just said.
You'll figure out what I'm laughing at.
All
right. So I hope that answered your question.
I see it.
So we're going Laney, and then I would look at the Abracadabra from Catlin Bread. That's a really super cool pedal. That'll work.
Yeah, and the Naga Viper, like I said, if you already have the amp portion of the equation.
Yes. All right. So Terry Starks. What amps do you use or do you recommend for Ecuadorian doom death metal as well as classic rock?
Yeah, this was a new genre we established with him last week.
Last week we talked about Ecuadorian doom metal.
We narrowed him down to his field, and that's what he's going to play.
They love horses.
Yeah.
Whoops. All right, so the question still is
EV Bandit. Okay.
What amps do you recommend for, let's just say, classic rock?
Okay, and then we'll bridge into Ecuadorian doom metal. Or doom death metal. Classic, obviously Marshalls. Especially like the JMP era. Like I feel like that's the thing that everybody comes in here looking for in terms of like that classic rock sound that you just really
The
can't.
plexi,
Yeah.
the whole plexi vibe. That's really it.
There's just so much was recorded with those. Yeah.
PAF pickups into a plexi.
It's the sound. It's kind of hard. It's too hard to argue with. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, what I would do that's for if you're going amps.
Yeah.
I really like that Tech 21 fly rig though with the plexi.
Yeah.
That one sounds good with the Kotzen. The Kotzen one's really good too. If you were just looking for an all-in-one pedal, which you're not, it's not even close to the question you asked. But
no, and then if you're going like the pedal route, like clean platform, and you were gonna build that, if you didn't have the amp, then I would even like the SL drive or the Dirty Little Secret, because that gives you the preamp sound that you need. Yeah. So that gives you the super lead preamp, and then after that, after that is where it gets a little harder, because I feel like Marshall's is firmly the sound of like the late '60s, '70s rock, classic rock. I mean, obviously there's some other stuff
high
in there.
watt stuff in there that would be good. Vox AC30s are in that mix too. I mean, I even look like something like a Blues Deluxe, a modded Blues Deluxe
can get you
you very close in that drive. The drive channel with something like an SL drive, I think would put you squarely in that territory.
Yeah, or even like what Steve does by throwing a British voiced speaker in there. That'll kind of skew it closer to that way too. But yeah, I mean, live. Obviously, I'm a high watt fan, so I mean, those will do it. Those for live purposes. I feel like recording, they're probably a little too loud.
Well, that shakes the crap out of the place in the back when you guys practice here.
Yeah.
Go, 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 go. So there you go. Those are a few suggestions. I mean, the Supro Blackjack, that's another good one. Classic rock sound, I believe. I mean, there's
obviously like the Bassman reissues, if you can get those, or like I said, like the Blues Deluxe, because that way's almost like a mini Bassman, but you got a mids control and you've got some modern.
I'm a big fan of the Blues Deluxe.
Yeah,
I think it's one of the easiest amps to get out there. I mean, 40 watts, and it's got plenty of power for gigging. But then if you an extra $100 and a little bit of effort, and you can get those things modified, and they sound killer.
Yeah, you can turn them into like a mini Bassman, edging into Marshall territory on the drive side.
And that's my favorite amp. Our amp guru Groovy Steve, did the mod. He used the Frommel mod.
Yeah.
The Supreme Frommel mod, and it turned that amp into just something completely different. And well, not completely different.
Yeah, no, it's a good point.
Turned into something awesome.
People don't nearly ask as often to buy that one as they do the modded one. So.
We used to use it. So my Blues Deluxe, we used to use it as a pedal platform here at the shop for just testing out different stuff. And I had to pull it and bring it home because we had so many people that kept asking if they could buy it.
Yeah.
So if you do have like a Blues Deluxe, that with the Frommel, or whichever way you want to say it, the Supreme mod, it's got tone stack, individual EQs, all sorts of stuff.
Leans it closer to the Bassman tone stack. And then I think, honestly, that's why it takes pedals so well, too. Is because like even the 68 Deluxe reverbs that way with the Bassman tone stack, just pedals are much better through that. I don't know.
It makes them much happier.
Yeah.
It's like they're drunk. It's like drunk.
They're happy, a little tipsy.
Yeah. They went to happy hour.
Borderline sloppy, but not quite.
Not yet. Almost. It all depends.
Yeah. Like just stopping short of sloppy.
Right. That Green Russian never gets sloppy.
No.
Hell of a drinker, though.
Yeah. And that vodka.
Yes. Svedka. All right, so that's...
Oh, they should make green vodka.
I don't know if you could do that. You probably could. Well, I'm sure they could. But
if everybody was all right with ingesting food dye, I guess we could.
Yeah. I think we would pass. I don't like vodka anyway.
Well, we could call it the Green
I'm a
Russian,
bourbon,
though.
I'm a bourbon guy.
Yeah, but call it the Green Russian.
Food dye. Still gross. It's like green beer. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Not going to have it. All right, moving on. D. Riddle. What's your favorite cab? I think speakers and cabs are such an underrated component of tone that often gets overlooked.
Kindred spirit, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, no, I'm definitely...
Speakerage.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we've definitely established that. Even with, like, the little Smokies, those provided a good example that, like, an okay head through a good cabinet can sound good, but a good head through a bad cabinet, not so much.
Right.
Because it's the last little piece that your tone is actually coming out of, so, yeah.
I like orange cabinets a lot.
Yeah, they're a little dark for me. I do like them, but they're a little dark.
I think that's what I like.
Dark. Yeah.
Well, I'm also playing tellies. So
Oh, rounds thing. Yeah.
see what's going on there?
Yeah. Rounding the hedges and the trimming of
We're
the...
rounding the hedges. We're trimming the tops of the edges. So I like orange cabs. I would go with those. Those are
Yeah, Orange and Mesa are probably the two in terms of the big guys. Those are probably the two main companies for cabs these days in terms of just most widely used, most well known. And both of them, oddly enough, tend to go with the V30s. V30s, I'm mixed on.
I know you like them in a live.
Yeah, in a mix of other speakers, they're good. Like in a communal setting.
In a speaker commune.
Yeah, but like on their own, they're just a little too fizzy for my taste. Like I love like the old classic Lead 80 with a V30. Like those two together are sweet because then you're getting a little bit of vintage, a little bit of modern, and like the two meet in the middle.
I could see that.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on greenbacks?
Oh, I love greenbacks. Yeah, that's another component, getting the classic rock tone. Like, really difficult to get that without the greenbacks.
I was leading.
Yeah.
I was leading.
Yeah. But circling back to the other.
Leading.
But yeah, no, greenbacks are amazing. They're just a low wattage. So, like, if you're running a 50-watt head, they're probably the good spot to be at. If you're getting into the 100-watter, though, then you got to run, like, a full stack, and nobody's hardly doing that except for the Doom guys these days.
No, I mean, that's brutal.
But they have a sound, like, because I remember when Jake had his Atlas with greenbacks, and they have a sound that just, you can't argue with. It is, like, the classic rock tone. Especially, like, the 55 hertz ones, if you can get two of those and two of the 75s. Like, then you're getting into that, like, the Motorhead territory with the...
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I like those Celestian Blues, too, though.
Yeah.
I mean, those for... I think that... I was like, that would even be nice in the Deluxe.
Yeah.
Could be
Yeah, if that was, like, your only
interesting
speaker,
Deluxe.
that's another good question. Like, if you were only running the one speaker, that does change things a bit, too.
Or if you put the Blue in a cab... I'd wonder how it would sound like a Blues Junior into a Blues,
I'm doing a standalone cab. Yeah,
into a standalone cab that actually has some room to breathe, so it doesn't have that boxy sound like most Juniors get.
Yeah, the Alnico Blue, that one is a pretty solid one, especially for like the Vox amps and stuff. That one on the Z's definitely sounds really good through like the classic style amp. Yeah,
we had a customer that got a Dr. Z Z Plus with the Blue in it, and man, did that make a difference.
Yeah.
Dr. Z's regular standard speaker
Eminence
sounds great, but that Blue in there was just, man.
Oh, that was what I was going to say. Yeah, for greenbacks, the other one, and that's the one Steve uses in the Blues Deluxe, is the GB128.
Yeah, that's
from Eminence.
That's what's in my Blues Deluxe.
So if you need like a greenback, but you want two of them in one, pretty much that's the answer, because it's about a 50-watt speaker, so it's almost like having two of them.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
All right, so that's some speaker talk.
So favorite cab, yeah, I was gonna say there's smaller builders out there like Emperor and Atlas and Mahler, and yeah, I mean those guys are all solid. But yeah, in terms of the mass-produced stuff, Orange and Mesa are probably the king of the cabs now.
King of the cab.
Oh, you know who does great speakers though too? I'm sidetracking totally, but
it's all right.
Ted Weber.
Nobody's watching this shit anyway.
The Ted Weber speakers. I love those speakers.
Yeah, Weber stuff is really great.
If
I mean, I know Fat Willie, that's what he uses. He loves that Weber stuff.
And
which are great speakers, so check those guys out.
Yeah, and they're the only ones that make the old Fanes speakers. So if you're trying to get the British thing too, or even more, but not going Celestian, that's another good option.
There you go. A lot to think about. A lot to Google.
Yeah.
Google. You get your Google.
Google. Get your Google.
Get your Google. All right, next is Wizard 69. What kind of name is that?
It's wizarding back in 69.
Okay.
Wizard.
So how many pedals do you guys have in your shop, and any plans on doing custom stuff? So currently, I think we are at almost 600.
Yeah, 575-ish with Keeley and Matthews coming. That should get us to that.
We just got hooked up with Keeley. That should be in here sometime this week. And then we also have Matthews effects coming in, and we have a couple other ones on the bubble, if you will, that we're going to carry just because customers are asking for certain pedals. There's certain pedal companies that we are that we just like and we think would do well here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and we should specify the near 600 mark is individual, not that doesn't include our stock on stuff. That's just 600 individual unique pedals.
Yeah, there might be a couple doubles, but we're not counting those. We're counting individual stuff. I mean, we got a pretty good amount of used gear in here, and then almost 600.
Yeah.
Pretty considerable.
The custom stuff, we do already have the Demogorgon, but we got plans for a Deluxe.
Yes, the Demogorgon, if you guys haven't checked it out, we worked with, in conjunction with Matt over at Stomp Underfoot, and it's kind of like a big muff, sort of, and kind of like a tri-muff.
Yeah, tri-muff and Green Russian kind of mashed together, so high gain Green Russian territory.
So you got a nice low end, but also some clarity in the top end. What's really awesome is you can play like an open G chord and actually hear.
Yeah, even with the gain
notes.
dimed, like a ton of gain, you can still hear each string come through.
And so we have been thinking about doing a custom one. That's kind of a custom one. You can only get it from us.
Right.
But we've done so well with that one, we're thinking about doing another one, which may have the same fuzz circuitry, just with extra magical bits.
Accoutrement.
Magical bits on top of that, which would be...
like a mids control?
Possibly. Maybe even an octave.
Yeah. Tasty
Right?
octaves.
Because I love 8.
Yeah, because like I feel like if we could, mid control and like a little bit of super octave stuff in there, like that could be a beastly fuzz.
So we're still talking to Matt. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do. But I think that is going to put us in the ballpark.
Yeah, in terms of
stuff.
Future endeavors, I know Walrus has reached out to us at some point, and maybe down the road when we'd obviously have to do a pretty crazy run of it, but at least that's something we have a possibility of doing. And then smaller build, I bet you Fuzzrocious would do something for us if we asked.
Yeah,
I mean, if we got an order.
I talked to those guys about it, so you may see more custom stuff coming through down the road.
Yeah, we still got to work on our muff treble booster together. We got to find somebody that'll make that.
We can make that.
Yeah.
We got some other ideas too. We got some other friends that are builders and tinkerers and this and that, and so we got some ideas. So yeah, just keep tuned. Stay tuned, because there's going to be cooler stuff happening.
More coming down the pipe.
Right. Exactly. So I think that is it for today. That's short list. Want to thank everybody for watching. Appreciate it. And
thanks for the questions. Keep them coming.
Keep the questions coming. Ask us more stuff. Just put your question down in the...
It doesn't always have to be gear. It could be, artists or what we're listening to.
What we're listening to, what we're checking out, what we're doing.
Why we picked up a guitar.
Denver in general, if you guys want to. Anything of that nature. So...
Favorite local venues? Well, we did that one.
Or, it's a good question. Let's pose a question to you guys and see if anybody's actually watching, because nobody is, really.
It's like the thing you put on the rock star list
like
to make sure they're paying attention. Yeah,
see if anybody, the brown M&Ms.
Brown M&M.
So let me ask you guys a question. What would you guys like to see more out of us? I know that we're just doing the Q&A right now, but we have some ideas for some other videos. But what would you guys like to see from us from, just small guitar shop here in downtown Denver?
Yeah, there's certain companies you guys want us to feature, since there might not be a lot of stuff on them, or certain pedals you guys want to hear and different contact, all kinds of stuff.
But like demos, do you guys want us to do like a variety show, singing, dancing?
Yeah. What's the
Hello,
what's the 70s, the newlywed game or whatever? Like we should do that newlywed with like pedals though. Like, I just got with this pedal. And this,
It might not be a bad idea, but throw us some suggestions, because there's 1,000 guys doing demos and reviews, and that's cool. We could do that too, but
I want to do something a little different.
We're going to ask you guys. You're the 9 people that are watching this shit, so let us know
Our
what you guys
legion.
think. Yes, our legion.
Our legion.
So that's it, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. Write something in there. Tell us what we can do to make things more exciting and all that kind of stuff. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
You're on the Dr. Phil show. A problem is that you're into yourself, that you flirt with girls, that you're not plugged into your marriage. You're in the green room hitting on my staff. What the hell are you thinking?
That's the kind of banter that you...
Is it center? Is it not center? Is it leaning?
centered?
Is it not leaning?
Are we too far away? Are we too close? That'll...
Get our motion to it. I got the creaking on the stove.
Nobody's watching this shit anyway, so who cares?